Preparing. Sometimes faster than others. There we go. All right, here we are. So welcome to Monday Meetup. I'm gonna take control of the screen for a moment. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Okay. So I'm Lorelea Roberts from Offerings of Wonder by Lorelea, and we're going to do these flowers today. So I was just going to show. So this is one I did with Paracord. This is one I did with a old boot shoelace. So you can see it's got the plastic still on the end. So this was a boot shoelace that I had. You know, you never know what you're going to find when you clean things up. Here's another one with paracord. It's a little bit thicker paracord. I only did 2 rounds in this one. But I wanted to show on the end. Let's see, there we go. So on the back side, so I actually just burned them to stick the ends together. So that was a piece. All right, so that's what we have. Let me switch to the table view. All right, there we go. All right, scooch over a little bit here. We're gonna get these guys out of the way a little bit. And so I found this really pretty variegated paracord pieces in my thing. Can't even tell you what I did with them originally, but you know, here we go. So I have a piece that's about, I don't know, I think it's about 5 foot is what this one is. And all right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to leave a bit of a tail. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 inches here. And then I'm going to do a wrap around my fingers. So just a wrap around my fingers. So I'm bringing it back to the beginning. Okay. So that's the first thing. So I have 1 wrap around my fingers. And then I'm going to do another wrap, but I'm going to cross over. So I'm making a crossover. And then, so it's it's crossing over to the left. And when I come around, I'm going to bring it up on the right. Okay, so you should have like an X on the top. If I flip my hand over, you have an X on the bottom too. Okay. All right, so that's the first part. Now I'm kind of turning my fingers. I'm going to take this piece that came up on the right. Oops. On the right. And I'm going to bring it up through the middle between these 2 pieces. I'm just going to bring it through the middle. Without putting a knot in it. There we go. Okay. So it should look like that. Okay. I'm going to just turn it hand a little bit now. I'm going to take the one that's on the left and I'm going to pull it down over the one on the right. Okay. And I'm going to take my long piece and I'm going to bring it over to the left, and then it's going to go under here and come up in the middle here. Yeah. So you start to get this braid look here. All right, I'm going to just turn these guys a little bit more. And now I'm going to take the one on the right, I'm going to lift it up over the one on the left. So I'm making another X here. And then I'm going to take my long piece and I'm going to come from the right up through the middle. Through the middle. There we go. All right, so now we've got that nice little braid. All right, and then you pull it off your fingers. And I'm kind of flattening it out. So flattening it out. And now I'm going to just make these loops a little bit bigger. I'm just going to kind of massage them and make, so you should have 4 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me kind of hold that up close here. So 4. And then I'm going to take my long piece, which was coming out here, and I'm going to make a 5th loop. So it's over this one. So it needs to come under this one, and it should match back up with where we started. And that is going to make our 5th loop, or our 5th petal. And then you just follow the loops that you created. So we're going to come down here. So on this, the orange, I'm going to follow this blue loop. So it's going to come up between here. And then I'm just following that blue loop. And it goes down and up. There. So you can see we're just following that outer loop to the inside. Okay. And you just keep doing that all the way around. So I'm going to just keep following it around. Up through the center there. So now I'm following this loop for petal. Gonna go do that down and under here. Get it to the inside. And just, again, I'm just continuing to follow these loops all the way around. So if you want to do these in bigger sizes, you could do that. You probably want to make your initial circle a little bit bigger if you want to make it bigger, so you have room to follow it along. And I'm just following my loops around. Oops. Go. All right. And let's see. Almost back around. So I thought these would be fun to do either as an embellishment on a basket, or on a present, or to make a what do I want to call it, a like a mobile, and hang them. We've done butterflies a few times, so I thought it might be fun to do butterflies and flowers. Okay, so let me just stop there for a moment. So we've gone all the way around 2 times. And you should have enough that you can do a 3rd time. So let's go ahead and just keep, actually, let me stop there for 2. So this is one that I've done that has 3 times around. And the shoelaces I did, those were 3 times around. This is one that is a little bigger paracord. Oops. I think this was about, I think this one was about 3 feet to make, it's a little bit heavier. So we have that. Okay. So I'm going to do it one more time just to demo it. So you guys can see one more time. So we're leaving a tail. We're going around and crossing over the top, coming down on the left on the back side, crossing over and coming back up on the right. Okay. And then we're going to come in between the two that are on the back side of our finger. So we're coming from the right, underneath the right one, into the middle and bringing it out to the left. And then we're going to take the one on the left and bring it down. So we're going to make that X. And then we're going to take our long piece. Oops, sorry, go underneath the one on the left. There we go. There we go. So we're getting this nice little braid here. I'm just going to turn it a little bit. And then we're going to take the one on the right and pull it up. And now we're going to take our piece from the right into the middle again. Okay. And then when you pull it out, you just kind of flatten it out. So I'm just kind of, and you should have 4 loops. So this is where you get to kind of just play and make your loops a little bit bigger, so that you have 4 loops. And let me grab the tape measure here and I'll just so from loop to loop, I think mine about these were about 2 3/4. Let's see. End up being about 2.5. I'm just kind of 2.5, 2 3/4. Just to give you an idea, this one's about 2 1/4. So just depending on what your material is, will determine how big. So then once you have your 4 loops, then you need to make a 5th loop. And you just do that by, you're going over this loop. This is where we started. So we want to come under this loop. So that will be going in that same direction. So that's our 5th petal. And now we're lined up with where we started to start going around again. That was that again. And then I was playing with one right before we started. So this is number 2 round reed. So if you do it with a reed, you just need to make sure your reed is quite wet and flexible. I'm gonna get at least 2 rounds so I can show you what it would look like with reed. Put that up. Let's see. And there. Here, 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 here. Here. Oops. No, I didn't follow that one around right. Well, shoot. All right, let me back this up. We're gonna just take this off and do it again. Let me get it wet one more time. Water for a moment. All right. So let's do that. Here's my reed. I'm leaving a nice long tail. Just making one circle, crossing over the top. Making another circle, coming up on the right, coming up through the middle. Taking the one on the left, crossing it over to the one on the right. Coming up through the middle again. Then we're going to take the one on the right, cross over the one on the left, come up through the middle again. I'm kind of using a loop here on the reed just so I'm not bending it as much. Okay. And then we're gonna flatten it out and get our 4 loops here. Whoops. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. The reed's definitely not as flexible as like the paracord. So there's our 4 petals with the reed, and then we're going to take our 5th one. It's coming out over this one, so it's going to come under this one and start following our first one again. So let me get at least a couple loops around on this so you can see what it looks like with the reed. I think this would be really pretty with some variegated reed. Yeah. Like to show you guys using different materials. I was thinking maybe some suede cord would be pretty. You could probably do this with some chunky yarn, something that's got a little bit of body to it. Catching my phone there. Oops, there we go. Here. Want to get it around at least twice so you guys can see what this looks like. Ba-ba-dam. This here. Yeah. There. Is that if you're going to do this with the reed or a stiffer material, just need to make sure it's flexible enough to make all the bends without cracking. So you want to make sure that you've got it soaked long enough so it's very flexible. All right. There we go. Almost there. Can't come up here. This will be the 4th petal. Oops. Wrong spot. No, right spot. No. There we go. All right, so that's petal number 4. And one more petal, and then you guys can just kind of see what it looks like with reed as well. Yeah. All right. Let me just get this around to the back. Okay. There we go. So there's 2 loops around with the reed. So again, you can keep going. You could as long as you've got the reed, you can see it got a little kinky there, got a little kink in it. So like I said, the reed's just a little harder to work with. This is number 2. I think even number 1 or number 0 would be kind of fun to make some small flowers. Anyway, so that is our flowers. Bring them all back into view for you guys. All right. Let's see. All right. Barb, were you doing it or just watching? Oh, I think you're on mute, Barb. Barb, you're on mute. Okay.
Okay.
There we
I have
go.
the paracord, but
Yeah.
I missed one of the steps and it didn't turn out. But I'll go back and watch it again
Okay.
and
Yeah. But
play
they're
with it. But yeah,
fun. They're just fun little things to do. I said I think they'd be a pretty embellishment. So I kind of like let's see, on this one I actually let me come back to the table view for a moment. There we go. So this is the one I did. I just want you guys to see. So paracord, you can burn the ends so that it'll stick to itself and it won't fray. So that's that. This one was a shoelace. I just left it on here because I was thinking if I wanted to tie it onto something, I've got the long string to tie it onto. Depending on how long you leave your tail, you could have 2 tails, right? You could then tie it onto something. So onto your basket, onto a spoke. So, or if you want to cut them off, you could just tuck it in on the backside, just tuck them in under something on the backside so they won't show because the pretty part will be on the front side.
cool.
Okay. All right. Well, that's what I have for the demo. What did I have for show and tell? The only thing I had for show and tell, as I've been cutting kits for the hoop basket, I had some pieces left over, and I hate to throw anything away. So I just made a little,
Cute.
just a little basket, just a little round reed. So that's what I created this week. How about anybody else? Debbie or Barb, do you have anything for show and
Yeah,
tell?
let me go grab it.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab mine too.
All right. This is the exciting part for me. I get to see what everybody's working on and um lovely, lovely. It is a beautiful day here in Louisville today. It is sunny. It's in the low 80s. Just wonderful. Makes me happy. All right. Okay, Debbie, you ready?
Okay, I gotta figure out how to turn the camera around.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
there you go. Beautiful.
there's
Oh, a little
That's
heart.
pretty.
I worked on that, and
Nice.
I worked on this.
Aha.
I still have my hoop basket. I need to lash all 3, but I normally save all my lashing to do
Okay.
a few at a time, and then I stain them.
Nice.
And
Nice.
so when I get the spray out, I like to spray them all at once.
Okay. You want to flip your camera back?
I'm trying.
Okay. Your hoop basket looks lovely, by the way.
Thanks.
All right. Oh, and look at that.
I
Oh,
did
you're
the
making
sparkle.
me proud today.
And there's the one that I used my own.
Oh, that's cute.
Oops,
Thank you.
there we go.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
it was fun.
Good job. Good job. Yeah.
Where
And
did you get your lids?
pardon?
Where did you get your lids?
A few different places, but you can find them on Amazon.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest place to get them from.
Yeah, I use Amazon a lot.
Yeah, the UPS and FedEx and the mail people, they just, they all know me well.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's a fun one to do.
Well, good, thank you. Yeah, that's my enchanting jar, Debbie. Enchanting sparkle jar. is what it's called. And the weave on it is a Japanese weave. And there is a video out there on the YouTube channel on how to do that Japanese weave.
It was really cute.
Oh, it's just darling.
Yeah, really cute.
It's fun. It's done with some holographic plastic lace.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it, I think, kind of sparkle. It reminded me, when I made the first one, it reminded me of stained glass. That's what kind of,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
yeah. So, yeah. All right.
Your flower video was very informative. I really enjoyed watching you make those flowers, and I'll be practicing my butterflies, my flowers, and whatever else I can.
Things for spring, right? Yeah. So I'm working on one. I haven't quite perfected it yet. Here, I'll just show you guys. This is
Oh,
one
pretty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm working on. It's not quite the ending. I got to work on the ending, but so we'll probably do that one in a few weeks when I can figure it out. And then you know, I'm always looking. So if you guys ever have ideas or things that you think would be fun to demo on here, let me know. Or if anybody else wants to demo, I'm happy to have like a guest demo here. Be happy to do that. Good. All right. Well, I will say happy Monday. You like the tree behind? The tree behind me. Yes. That is Nancy Matthews. Sherry was pointing it out. That is it's a Nancy Matthews pattern. So, and the other one that I need to hang up yet. This was from my willow workshop last time. I found this really cute root that looked like a possum to me, or like an otter, sorry.
Oh,
Just
sure.
remind me of a little otter there. So anyway, his little arms. So this is it's a wall basket that's made with willow. Okay. Yeah.
Very pretty.
Gotta find a spot to hang it. It's here giving me inspiration to figure out where to put it.
Always fun.
Yes. All right. Well, I hope you has a fantastic week. When you make flowers, let me see. If you put them on a basket, I'd love to see that, or whatever you do with them. I'm always like to see what you guys do when you take the ideas and run with them. So let me know.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Okay. You guys have a great afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.